So Christie Norman's an old friend of mine, a really important up-and-coming sommelier, wine and media personality. She started off doing YouTube videos, making people laugh with wine relation. She has her own clothing brand where she does these incredible t-shirts that are all kind of a take on something wine-related. You've seen the sommelier shirt, that's her. So Christie started the online wine course, which is an incredible tool for wine directors, sommeliers to give to their staff, people who want to learn more, people who are trying to figure out their next step in the wine industry. Maybe they're just home enthusiasts and want to learn more. So she's the brainchild behind it, the host of it, and also the creator of it. I'm really proud to be able to do this with her.
So Matt Kaner is the person that I'm blind tasting with today. He's an absolute badass. He was Best Sommelier, Food and Wine Magazine, 2013. He has multiple bars and restaurants in the city. Bar Covell, which is where we're filming today. They've been open for 9 years actually this year. They have 150 wines by the glass. He's an inspiration in our community. And he also is the founder of AMFM Wines. And he also launched Soloven, which is a wine subscription club too. So he's pretty much doing everything. He's one of my best friends too in this industry. And that's why I want to blind taste with him today. That's why I picked him. So the wines that I picked today they're very classic. And Matt kind of travels to different wine regions that are off the wall and not part of our CMS grid. And he's really not used to doing that grid that we're doing for the SOMM exams because he's not part of that system. So I thought I'd pick some classic varieties just to see what he does with it and see if he goes weird. This is Fiaboa Albarino. It's gonna be tough. It has a little bit of phenolic bitterness. There's some green vegetal, like a little bit of sea spray, very classic. And it's from Spain, from Galicia, in Rías Baixas. So they grow mostly Albarino there. It's like 96% Albarino plantings. It's a really classic producer, really classic region, and I think I'll have fun with it. It's kind of hard. It's one of those Bermuda Triangle wines, you know, that they're not super, they're not pungent in one particular way. They're a little bit more muted, so they're hard. They're hard to pin down, so it's gonna be really tough for him. And then this is Pax. So I chose this Syrah from the Russian River Valley in Sonoma. Pax is delicious Northern Rhone style wines in California, and I think that's really cool, and that's my style. I love Northern Rhone Syrah. And also, their vineyard was flooded last year. Their place in Sebastopol was totally destroyed, and their whole tasting room and everything. And so they're rebuilding. They've raised almost $80,000, and I just wanted to like bring some attention to them because these are amazing people. I love them. I love you guys. And the wine is delicious, so we should, you know.
All right. So this is a fun opportunity. I get to pour some wines that I'm really excited about. I had to think really long and hard about what to do when talking about blind tasting with someone I know so well. So I chose to do wines from where I was most recently traveling and also where she was most recently traveling. So for the white, it's a really incredible white blend, Chenin Blanc based from the Swartland region in South Africa, made by Chris and Andrea Molyneux, who I had the really good fortune of meeting. First time I was in South Africa back in 2014. They are rock star winemakers. They've helped a bunch of people get their operations out from under the ground, and then this is their personal family wine they make. Chenin Blanc is really a big deal out in South Africa. I'm a huge fan of Chenin Blanc personally, and this is one of those things where you could blind it and think it's Loire. You can blind it and think it's like a rich white from the central coast of California, but really typicity for Swartland is that big, rich, robust style of Chenin. So a white like this, what I think Christie would probably call is, and there's a little bit of oak used, a little bit of oak that's kind of 5th, 6th pass. So it could be one of those situations where they're thinking maybe it's like a white Burgundy with a little bit of age to it. It also could be California Chenin. It could be an off-dry style from Vouvray. Smells perfect. Oak is integrated. It's 2015, so it's been in bottle for, I think, probably like 4 years or so at this point, 3, 4 years. In perfect place to be shown today, though. Really excited about the aromatics.
right, awesome, awesome. A little sea spray. Okay, okay. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Pax is so good, man. I swear. This is really good. You know, I think he's gonna call the white maybe something Greek, or I don't know, or maybe something South African, because he went there. He's probably gonna call this Northern Rhone. Matt loves Northern Rhone Syrah. Like, I know this, like, we drink Syrah together, but I don't think he'll go California because he'll kind of hedge his bet on the old world stuff. So I'm excited to see what he does.
So the next wine I'm gonna pour for Christie, she just got back from New Zealand, so I wanted to mess with her a little bit, show a wine that's atypical of the area. And this is a really cool new project since 2014, which is a master of wine who's based in New Zealand, Steve Smith, and a business partner who's a Texan, Brian Seth. This is a really cool Gimlet Gravels Syrah, 2014. Again, a little bit of bottle age. Just wanted to see, something that it's not showing too much oak, it's not showing too much fruit, not too primary, not too over the top, something that's gonna really have a good opportunity to show what it is today. So I did want to have something with a little bit of age to it. And Syrah from New Zealand is not necessarily the most classic. It's much more obvious to pour Pinot Noir from New Zealand or Sauvignon Blanc, but it's showing a little bit more Northern Rhone on the nose, a little more of that bacon fat, and I think the age is really helping with that. But the integration of oak, the aromatics are really, really in a beautiful place. A wine like this takes me to, I'm from Santa Barbara. I love Santa Barbara Syrah. So Central Coast is definitely a place I think of. Also like the new Vin de France opportunities, Col-en-Rodinienne, things like that from the Rhone, where they're opening up the appellations and allowing people to grow Syrah just outside of the really famous places like, Hermitage, Côte-Rôtie, Cornas. You can't expand those, they're just defined. So this has the kind of characteristics you might find in wines like that as well. She knows I'm from Santa Barbara, so Christie might guess this is a Santa Barbara Central Coast Syrah. She might also, though, because where she works at Spago, gets to open a bunch of really great Northern Rhone Syrahs. It might take her to that. If she guesses New Zealand, I will stand up and applaud her. Yo.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, it's good to have you here for this.
Yeah.
Blind tasting sessions.
I'm excited. I know you picked something hard for me.
That's the only way to do it.
I hate you.
Of all the places we could go,
right now.
No, come on. Nothing but love at this table. Nothing but love here. We've both been traveling.
Yeah, I know. You've been like all over the world.
It's a big globe.
Working, dude? Have you been working?
I work remotely. That's why we have cell phones and things,
Virtual assistants.
Yeah. But let's dive into this first wine.
All right. So wine number one is a white wine, clean, clear, day bright, moderate plus intensity color, kind of gold, some yellow reflections, thin watery meniscus, no evidence of gas, sediment, or crystals. Viscosity is. I love when people go.
To smell their own breath?
No, to check the viscosity.
Smells like a puppy's breath.
I did that once. And it just like stuck for some reason. So medium minus.
All right.
On the nose, intensity is medium. Kind of stone orchard fruit. Yellow apples. Yeah, green apples, some nectarine. Yellow Bing cherries.
Yellow Bing cherries.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, totally.
I want those. Cherry season's already gone, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, it comes and goes quick.
Yeah, in New Zealand, they were growing like so many cherries, they were like ripping up the vines.
It's one place I haven't been yet.
A little bit of like a saffrony minerality. Cool. Yeah, just not super aromatic. It's been sitting out for a bit, so kind of not gonna be one of the terpenic.
Opened about a half hour ago, yeah.
Yeah. kind of like waxy, little funky.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely rustic on the palate. Okay, the alcohol is much higher than I initially got. Moderate plus. Okay.
I'm trying not to say anything. I don't want to tip you off anyway. It's not easy for me to sit here and listen.
Acidity is moderate plus, confirming the stone fruits and whatnot. Yeah, so we're just like discussing these wines, right? So
Absolutely.
moderate plus alcohol, you know, peachy, stone fruit, kind of viscous. There's like a lot of breadth and width, alcohol, minerality, old world, like not super aromatic, kind of quiet. Like honestly, I'll go like Chateauneuf Blanc, as weird as that is, like Marsanne Roussanne. That's like my thing. Yeah, I mean, where else would I go with this, man?
So where would you get varieties that still will show acid, but the aromatics tend not to be
It's
super
like the acid's too high.
explosive, you know? Blind tasting is such an interesting thing because sometimes we have to be mindful of where the wine is. And it's hard to know that when you don't have any information other than the color, obviously, and what your palate's picking up.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things where it's just, yeah, the kind of lack of explosive aromatics are
Like,
not a help.
Could it, I mean, another possibility could be like Gruner. There's a little bit of like an underripe thing, like with like a little bit of age for the color.
It's a good breakdown.
Interesting, yeah.
Huh.
I don't know.
That one place I know that you could get that was the Wachau in Austria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, it's a hard wine, man. This is interesting. It doesn't fit into like my boxes.
I know, right?
It's like it's over here and over here to me.
Well, this is one of those things that I'm a big fan of certain certain styles of wine where I travel to, and this is something where I personally just recently traveled to. So my last trip was to South Africa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I wanted to take you down kind of an old region that's been rebirthed lately. This is a Chenin-based blend.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god! Okay, that makes so much sense. I said fucking waxy.
Yeah.
I said orchard fruit. Oh my gosh!
You talked yourself into it and away from it.
Yeah, you know the acid like wasn't blazing enough for me, so it like okay, that makes me feel so good actually.
And I believe some Palomino blended into it.
Okay.
2015 from the Molyneux family, Andrea and Chris.
Yeah. Okay. All
right, this is a good breakdown though.
All right.
And then we'll go into red variety.
All right, let's go into the red, fam.
This is made from red wine.
Yeah, it is. Oh, wine number 2 is a red wine. It's like black, man. Oh, it's very dark. It's
got some color to it, yeah.
Yeah. I can't really tell because of the table. Thin meniscus. A lot of staining. A high extraction. No evidence of gas sedimented crystals. Viscosity medium plus. On the nose.
I'm not part of the court, so to hear you do the breakdown like this is, for me,
it's weird.
It's super Greek.
I know, you know what?
But I understand it all.
Honestly, like, because I'm still so new at this, like really doing it all the time, it feels weird not to do the grid. Like, I know we weren't really supposed to do that, but it's like, I'm gonna miss it. Right, I'm like trying to abridge it so that I still remember, because it actually really helps me, because I did WSET, and not having the grid was actually harder for me, because I feel like with CMS, we really analyze like every single thing, and it helps me get there. Right. You know?
That makes a lot of sense.
It's really more for me.
For me, my
it's
thing,
not to show off.
I'm always on muscle memory.
Yeah.
Because there was a point in my career where I had tasted so much wine and I had a fresh memory of things. So I was just going off like memory cards, you know, basically being able to call a place and a time where maybe I had had something before or little markers. And now, because obviously I still focus on wine, but my focus has not been 100% on wine the last few years.
Yeah, just like entrepreneur mogul and shit.
You know, I'm in the industry building part of it, trying to do what we can do.
All right. Let me refocus really quick. So dark fruit, cherries, black plum, very savory, bacon.
Yeah.
Wow, it's just really beautiful. It smells yummy.
Giving more aromatically, obviously, than the white ones.
Absolutely, totally.
And opened at the same time as well.
Oh,
about a half hour ago.
Yeah, Yeah, just like stewed herbs. Yeah,
there's an amazing aromatic component, herbal.
Really herbal, like tea, black tea. All right, beautiful. Let's see what the palate brings us. Whew. Okay. Okay. What the f? Did I say that?
What the F?
What the F? Okay. Moderate plus acidity, like pretty, like moderate plus the high tannin on a, woo. That's drying tannins. I don't know if it would be high, maybe it's moderate plus, just very dry.
While
Say.
still having some fruit to it.
Yeah,
so
interesting.
it's not like tar.
Wow. Yeah, definitely not. There is a like a rubbery component to this wine. Yeah, just like asphalt.
Yeah.
Asphalt,
like
power.
freshly laid
yeah,
asphalt.
There's a bit of alcohol.
Yeah.
It's like high acid, high tannin, dark.
PSA, there's alcohol in wine.
Yes, yes, yes. But I mean, you know, like get lit alcohol, you know, not just like
turn it up.
little, you know, Gruner, whatever alcohol.
Yeah. It's not 8% Riesling.
Yeah, it's not.
I like this wine.
I like it too.
To be fair, I'm gonna be totally
You know-
honest about this. This is the first time I've ever tried this wine in my life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never had it before.
Okay, so I really have only had one of these, but I feel like it's the only thing that fits. And I would say it's a Pinotage because it tastes like asphalt, and I've never actually called that.
Interesting.
So if I had to just guess, I would be like, oh, like this is probably a Pinotage.
Wow.
Because there isn't enough like.
Good breakdown with what you're getting.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes New World to me. I just think there's a lot of fruit. It's plush, high alcohol. You know, when I was looking at it, I thought perhaps it could be, you know, maybe I was getting some Amarone kind of thing. Without as much jammy fruit.
Yeah,
but it was a possibility, and on the palate, I was like, hell no.
Of course.
Yeah, so I would say this is a Pinotage. We'll say Warwick.
Oh, look at you going producer.
South Africa?
Even.
I don't know. Yeah, South Africa.
So,
what is it?
You learned that I picked this based on where I most recently traveled.
Yes. What
so
is this?
Where did you most recently travel to?
Central Otago?
So it's not from there, but it's from.
I was like, what?
It's from New Zealand.
Okay, I was like, this is not a Pinot Noir. I'm gonna kill myself.
No, this is a Gimlet Gravel's Syrah.
What?
From 2014.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I try to.
Yeah.
I always want to have some sort of a through line, some sort of a sinew that
totally
ties
makes
things
sense,
together.
though. It smelled like Syrah, and like.
Well, you went bacon fat, and again, you
did.
talked yourself out of it.
I know, I did. Well, yeah, because the New Zealand Syrah isn't on my grid.
It's not on most people's grid.
It's in our CMS
No,
boxes.
we think of Sauvignon Blanc and we think of Pinot Noir, right?
I love
get
you.
down. Yeah. Cheers.
That's awesome, yeah. Down.
Good breakdown,
wine.
though.
Good wine.
Really good breakdown.
Thank you. I didn't embarrass
Absolutely.
myself in front of you.
No, you wouldn't.
You make me nervous.
You
so.
couldn't. Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me at my own bar. Love it.
I'm ready for you.
This is a great opportunity to see if I can still do this right. It's been a while. I haven't really been flexing the muscle.
I feel like you're gonna do great. I already told them.
So I'm a big fan of aromatic white wines. I love when things smell like a pool. This reminds me of this really amazing pool I got to hang out with some winemakers in the Douro, right overlooking the Douro Valley. Not saying the wine's from there, but it reminds me of what it smells like there at that pool. I'm really sense memory driven. So like a non-offensive plastic. I don't know if there's a way not to be offensive about that, but I love that. There's a little underlying herbal quality to it, a little citrus oil. Much more aromatic than the way my white wine was
You're
showing.
welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, right?
Give me just
It's
like
almost like
this.
you've done this before. I'm the amateur.
No, I thought you were doing it just to make it hard.
It's more fun to make it hard.
That's what she said. I mean,
Whoa. So the orange oil, lemon oil kind of thing takes my mind to a certain place. I won't reveal any of my breakdown yet, but I really do like the kind of non-offensive plastic pool kind of summer vibes.
So are you calling petrol?
Not willing to say that yet.
Excellent.
Not willing to say that
Great.
yet.
Great.
But it does remind me of some fun times I've had in countries that speak German in the last couple of years.
Okay.
So I'm gonna rule out California. There's also this kind of aquatic thing I mentioned a little bit, but I do feel like it's near to an ocean of water, a body of water, lake, river. I get kind of this savory minerality, kind of like a sea spray thing, or but cutting west coast of California or Oregon out of the way, or even Washington out of the way, personally, aromatically. But let's see what the taste looks like. And yes, I said that. So great acidity, clean on the palate. If there's any RS, it's like less than 3 grams, and the acid is either masking it or showing you that this is a place where they know how to grow grapes, right?
Okay. I wouldn't bring you garbage, just. But I'm not saying this is like Montrachet either.
No, it's not Montrachet, but that's okay. It's not meant to be. So I taste a lot of Austrian wine, and I love Austrian Grüne Veltliner, Austrian Riesling. This brings me to a place where, for my taste, it would be hard to decide what, and also like the acid's still just traveling. This is something that I do see in a lot of really high, racy, acidic white wines from, again, places where German is spoke. So I'm gonna commit to Germanic, Austrian. I'm gonna have to figure out the variety because it could be a few things at this point for me. I don't get an over-the-top petrol quality, and with the way the body is and the way the lack of sugar is and the way the acid is, I'm gonna guess top producer, Austrian Grüner Veltliner. Well, Grüner Veltliner.
Oh, you're in the Bermuda Triangle. All right, it's Albarino, Rias. So the wine that we have is Fiaboa.
Wow.
Albarino, yeah.
Wow.
But you called,
Good.
dude, you called sea spray.
Yeah.
So pretty good.
Well,
and the acidity, right? It's not blazing.
Yeah.
Medium
I was
plus.
thinking of Danube.
But good call.
spray.
But still, I feel
Right.
like you
Yeah.
you got it. You nailed it.
That's
So,
one place I haven't been
good
yet.
job. Oh.
Not yet.
Oh, you haven't been to Rias Baixas?
Not yet.
Oh my God. I picked I was like, oh, well, he was all over Spain, so.
I've been all over Spain, but not to Rias Baixas
Oh,
yet.
all right.
Beautiful. Great choice.
It's good, right?
Love it.
This is actually the first time I've had it. We just picked it up, so.
All right, well, I'm red. Should we move to red?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm just gonna quietly take this in for a second because there's so much going on in this weird brain of mine. Oh my goodness.
Wait, but tell me how you're feeling though. Tell me.
For
what you're
dramatic
saying.
effect, I want to experience it for a moment. So this brings me to, so I'm a huge fan of Rhone varieties.
Oh, really?
And there's certain things that I get aromatically that take me to that. Yeah, really. I mean, I have a tattoo of a wine bottle, and I had to use an outline because you have to have something, and that's Thierry Allemande, who I'm a big fan of.
Oh,
from
really?
Cornas.
Really?
Now, I'm not saying
no
that's
idea.
what this is.
Remember I got you a Thierry Allemande shirt?
I do remember. I was thinking about wearing it today, but I knew you'd wear your own gear. So, two people who I love in the winemaking world here in California were really inspired by Rhone varieties as well. And aromatically, I'm just being taken back to sense memory again that I have for wines made by Manfred Krankel and made by John Alban. So it's one of those, like, this really reminds me of their style, their oak regiment, their fruit component, the way that they get certain depth of not only aromatics, but also color. But we should probably try it before we commit to anything, right? I'm so good at guessing off the nose that sometimes I forget the palate can totally screw me up. And I don't want to be led in the wrong direction. But aromatically, that's where my mind's going.
Okay.
So some tobacco. Whoa. Like, I played baseball for a long time, and I wasn't a guy who chewed tobacco, but a lot of people I knew did. There's a lot of that kind of like snuff, snooze, chewing tobacco
you
thing.
didn't.
Total Swedish.
Didn't.
No, I don't. I didn't. I did it once and I threw up.
Oh, okay, so that's why it's like really
disgusting.
strong.
It's very
Your
mentholy.
memory-
Yeah, oh
Your
yeah.
memory is strong.
Oh, yeah.
It's like me and Fireball.
So palate-wise, I'm gonna stay in New World. I think I might. I mean, just for what I know and what I think I'm onto something with what I said originally. It reminds me a lot of those guys' style. So I'm gonna guess Central Coast Syrah dominant. Could be Arroyo Grande. Could be Santa Rita Hills. Could be, you know, where John Albin grows in the Edna Valley. But I'm gonna say Syrah from those places. That's my guess.
Well, you nailed it. Good job. This is Pax.
Okay.
It's Pax. Yeah.
He makes great wine too.
Yeah, this is a Russian River.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I love what he does.
I know, and I was trying to trip you up a little bit because I thought you'd
did.
get Northern Rhone because I know you love Northern Rhone.
Well, on the
so
nose, I
much.
did.
Yeah, I know. I was like, ah,
But it wasn't there
I
on the
know,
palate.
but you went here. Yeah, good
I'm
job.
so rad.
Yeah.
Well, what it makes
Yeah,
me
you did-
realize is that I
That's
actually do
perfect.
need to take your course. I need to learn a little bit more about wine and how to break this stuff down. So,
No.
yeah. No, I think I do.
Okay.
I need to go through it.
It's just you can just watch me for like 3 hours.
There could be worse things in life. I'd be okay with that.
I love you, Matt.
This was so fun.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I'm so glad we
It's
got to do
awesome.
this. Cheers again.
Cheers.
Well done.